Very good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is keeping well and they are like good and all. My name is Rohit Thakur. I'm Manager Sales and Operation with FirstUniv, and I welcome you all for this webinar that we are hosting this weekend. I'm sure people who have attended our previous webinars, they must be familiar. We are into this activity of organizing these webinars to actually take up certain issues from the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Similarly, we have taken a very like one of the important which like if I talk about many of the students who are new to the field, or even not even new, even the people who have been on the field itself, they always want to be aware about it, right? What are the career options that they have in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning, right? So that's what we're going to talk about, and I'm sure it is going to be very, very interesting for the people, for the students, for the attendees, for who are actually looking forward to make their name in this particular field. We see nowadays on online, or even if you go on any other platforms also, we we see there's a huge demand right now, right? If I go through the demands that we have it in India, it is expected by 2025 more than 1.5 million people will be needed in this particular field. Similarly, when I talk about like if I talk about, there will be need of around thousands or lakhs of data scientists in the coming time. There will be a demand in millions in machine learning, right? So it is upon us that are we ready for that particular demand or not, right? And obviously, when we talk about artificial intelligence and machine learning, these are few areas which I personally take a lot of interest as well. So it is personally this particular webinar is particularly special for me as well. All right. So without wasting any other time, I want my our like if I talk about our professor to have and indulge into the conversation with you guys. What I would request all of you is, you guys have questions. Questions comes up to you like during the entire webinar. You guys can type it down in the chat itself. We'll try to answer it, but I would I and professor would prefer that we are able to answer most of the question by once professor has completed his entire session itself. That would give him independence of talking what he wants to actually share it with you guys. So please type down your questions in Q&A and type down it in on chat itself, and we'll take it one by one itself. I'm sure every one of you are going to be curious about the career options in this particular field. Having said that, I welcome to this webinar. This weekend we are having, this on this session we are having Professor Anurag Rana. When I talk about Professor Anurag Rana, he's a active faculty with Yogananda Institute of Artificial Sciences itself and Engineering in Shoolini University. Right, he's a PhD in this particular field itself, so no better than him can go ahead and explain it better. So welcome, Professor, first of all.
Hello, Rohit. Yeah, thank you for a nice introduction.
Perfect. So the stage is all yours. I hope, and whenever you need me, you can actually ask for it. I'll be active itself. I'll try to assist you as much as possible. So I can see you have already shared your screen itself. So great. You can go ahead. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Anurag Rana here today with this session. The topic that is the career in artificial intelligence and machine learning. And as you all are aware that in today's world, technology is growing very fast, and we are getting in touch with the different new technology day by day. And here is the one of the booming technology in the computer science, that is artificial intelligence. As the name suggests, AI, or we can say that artificial intelligence, that is one of the fascinating and universal field of computer science, which has a great scope in future. AI hold a tendency to cause a machine to work as a human. As the name suggests, artificial intelligence, that is composed of the two words. The one is the artificial and second one, that is the intelligence. Where artificial define the man-made and intelligence define thinking power. Hence, AI means a man-made thinking power. If we are talking about the AI, that AI exists when machine can have human-based skills such as learning, reasoning, solving problems. With artificial intelligence, you do not need to pre-program a machine to do some work. Despite that, you can create a machine with a program algorithm which can work with own intelligence, and that is the awesomeness of the artificial intelligence. Why the artificial intelligence is important? Because before the learning about the AI, we should know that what is the importance of AI and why should we learn it. With the help of AI, you can create such software or devices which can solve real world problems very easily with accuracy, such as health issues, marketing, traffic issues, etc. With the help of AI, you can create your personal virtual assistant, such as you are using the Google Assistant, Siri, Cortana. These are the some of the personal virtual assistant that we are using with the help of AI. With the help of AI, you can build such robot which can work in an environment where the survival of human can be risky. AI open a path for the new technology, new devices, and the new opportunity. If we are talking about the goal of artificial intelligence, that the major, there are the few of the main major objective of the AI, that is the replicate the human intelligence, solve the knowledge intensive task, and intelligence connection of the perception and actions. The building machine which can perform tasks that require the human intelligence, such as the probing theorem, playing chess, plan some surgical operation, driving a car in a traffic, creating some of the system which can exhibit intelligence behavior and learn new things by itself, demonstrate with the help of the example, explain and can advise the user. That is the important thing of the AI, and it is encompasses the variety of discipline like the medical engineering, that is the finance engineering, that is a lot of interdisciplinary where we are using the AI. And if I am saying the AI is the future, that it is not a wrong statement, because AI is the future of the next generation technology. These are the few one of the leaders who was working in the one of few of the giants companies in the technology. These are the Sundar Pichai, who is the CEO of the Google. He also make codes on Google. That is, AI is the main tool behind the new ways of innovations and discovery, like driverless car and diseases detecting algorithms. Barack Obama, former president USA, generalized AI is worth thinking about, because it stretches our imaginations and it gets us to think about our core values and issues of choice. Elon Musk, you already heard the name of the Elon Musk, and recently he is very much in the highlight in the news when he is going with the deal of the tutors. He also said that artificial intelligence will be vastly and smarter than any human and would overtake us by the 2025. These are the Jeff Wells. He also says that we are now solving the problem of the machine learning and AI, that AI were a rename of the science fiction for the several decades. If you are talking about the AI and the machine learning, that is another important concept, because the term machine learning was the first coined in the 1950 when the AI coiners Arthur Samuels built the first self-learning system for playing checkers. He noticed that the more the system played, the better it performed. And fueled by the advances in the statistics, and the computer science, as well as the better data sets and growth of the neural network, machine learning has truly taken in recent year. Today, whether you realize it or not, machine learning is everywhere. Automation translation, image recognitions, voice search technology, self-driving car, and beyond, a lot of things are that happen. But if you are talking about what is the machine learning, which is basically ML is the branch of AI, and that enable the computer to self-learn from the training data and improve over a time without being a explicit performed. Machine learning algorithms are able to detect pattern in a data and learn from them, and in order to make their own predictions. In short, we can say that the machine learning algorithm and the model learn through experience. And in traditional programming, the computer engineer write a series of the directions that instruct a computer how to perform the data into the desired output. The instructions are mostly based on the if-then structure, and when the certain conditions are met and the program executes specific actions. Machine learning, we can say that it is a automated process that enables the machine to solve the problem with little or no human input and take actions based on the past observations. When we're talking about the AI and the machine learning, that are often used the interchangeability, and they are the two different concepts. AI is the broader concept. Machines make decision, learning new skill, solving problem in a similar way to the human. Whereas the machine learning is a subset of the AI that enable the intelligent system to autonomous learn the new thing from the data. Instead of the programming machine learning algorithm to perform tasks, you can feed them example of label data that is known as the training data, which help them make some calculations, process data, and identify pattern automatically. These are the concept of the machine learning. If we are talking about the artificial intelligence and machine learning in industry 4.0, that is again a very important thing, because a first major shift that comes during the first industrial revolution, that is the industry 1.0, and that is in the 18th century, where instead of item being produced by the basic meat process were invented and allow item to produce by machine. The begin in 1760 in England, then the finally reached the United States by the end of the 18th century, and the first industrial revolutions mark a shift from an agrarian and the handcraft economy to the one dominated by the machinery, and significantly impacted the industry like mining, textile, glass, and the agriculture. The dramatic reductions of the material cost and the production time impact the several industry, including the textile industry. Prior to this period, textile were mainly the made in the people's home, and the merchants would provide the basic equipments and the material needed. This meant the worker would make their own schedule, which made it difficult to regulate. And the invention as the steam engine, the spinning wheel, and the water wheel changed the face of the manufacturer and set it apart to an innovation that is present in our day. If you are talking about the industry 2.0, that is between the 1817 to the 1940, that is the second industrial revolution that came as a result of the existence railroad and the telegraph network, which allow for the faster transfer of the people and the idea. Introduction of electricity allowed the factory to develop the modern production lines. As the fact, the first assembly line that was presented in the 1901 by the Ranson E. Olds, the producers of the Olds mobile car, and his method allowed his company to produce 20 units per day, which is eventually increase their output by the 500% in a 1 year. The industry 3.0, that is going between the period of 1970 and 20th century through a partial automation using the memory programmable control and the computer. And the central point of this phase is the mass production and the widespread use of the digital logic, that is MOS transistor, IC, that is an integrated circuit chip. And they are drive technology that includes the computer, microprocessor, digital cellular phones, and the internet. And these technology innovations and the transfer that traditional productions and business method. Basically, we can say that the digital revolutions converted the technology that had been analog to the digital format. And nowadays, that everybody is related to the fourth industrial revolution, that is 4.0, that is the union between the physical assets and advanced digital technology like internet, Internet of Things, IoT, that is commonly known, AI, artificial intelligence, robots, drone, autonomous vehicle, 3D printing, cloud computing, and other that are interconnected and having the possibility of the communicate, analyze, and act. And the organization adopt the industry 4.0 are more flexible as comparison to the other. And these are the industry 4.0 are more responsive and intelligent, and therefore more prepared for the data-driven decision. Industry 4.0 originated in 2011 from the project in the high-tech strategy of the German government, which promote the computerizations of manufacturing. And actually, the term Industry 4.0 was introduced in the same year at the Hanover Fair. If we are talking about the other aspect of the design principle that is identified the integral to the industry 4.0, that is the interconnection, that is the information transparency, that is the technical assistance, and decentralized decision. These are the four design principles that identify in as a integral to the industry 4.0. If we are talking about the few of the applications of the AI and the machine learning, that is the one of the most popular application that is used as a automated customer support that you can use. The online shopping experience has been greatly enhanced by the chatbot because of the following reason: because they increase the user retention by sending the reminder and the notifications. They offer the instant answers compared to the human assistant, thus reducing the response time. Chatbot provide the upselling opportunity through the personalized approach. And these are the things that we are using, and these are the few of the example of AI in the customer service. As you all are aware that the advancement in the AI that continue to pave the way of increasing the efficiency across the organization, particularly in a customer service. Chatbot continue to be a forefront of this change, but other technologies such as the machine learning and interactive voice response system create a new paradigm for what customer and the customer service agent can expect. And if we are taking the few of the example of the future of the AI customer service, that is the chatbot, that is one of the common example. Agent assistant, if we are talking about the agent assistant, or we can say that is the agent assist in many of the modern omni-channels contact center, that agent assist technology use AI to automatically interrupt what the customer is asking and search the knowledge article and display them on the customer service agent screen while they are on calling. And that particular process can, or we can say that definitely save the time of the agent and the customer, and it can decrease the average handle time, which also reduce the cost. The other one example of the automated customer support, that is the self-service. That customer self-service refers to the customers being able to identify and find the support they need without relying on the customer service agent. And the most customer, when given the option, that would preferably to solve the issue on their own if given the proper tools and informations. As AI become the more advanced, self-service functions which become increasingly and allow the customer the opportunity to solve the concern on their schedules. We can say that the robotic process automation, that is RPA, is commonly known as, that can automate many simple tasks that can be agent used to perform, and automating the bot to focus on updating the record, managing incident, provide the proactive outreach to customer. Machine learning, that is also the example. NLP, natural language processor, that is one of the example that is used in today in the customer experience, or the we can say that is the voice of the customer program. And by having such type of the system that transcribes the interaction across the phone, email, chat, and SMS channel, and then analyze the data for the certain trend, for we can say certain trend and theme and agent that can meet the customer need more quickly. Another one example of the automated customer support, that is the IVR automations, that is the interactive voice response. That is the one of the common example that is using in the automated customer service, that IVR system that have been automated simple routine and the transaction for the decade, and the new or we can say that is a conversational IVR system that use the AI to handle the different same as the sentimental and advanced analytic we can use. If you are talking about the personal shopping experience, the implementation of the AI that make it possible for the online store to use the smallest piece of the data about every follow links, or how was to personalize your experience on a deeper level. Using AI to create a personalized shopping experience in online retail, and the future of e-commerce is being massively influenced by the use of artificial intelligence. AI in online retail is already contributing to a significant improvement user experience by offering personalized buying experiences. We can that is another applications. Another one application, that is the healthcare. That is another important application that we are using the healthcare. And if we are talking about the role of the healthcare, a role of AI in the healthcare, that we can use the AI for accurate cancer diagnosis, early diagnosis for the fatal blood diseases, customer service chatbot, virtual health assistant. We can use it for the treatment for the rare diseases. We can use it for the targeted treatment, automation of the redundant healthcare tasks, management of the medical records, reduction of the doses error, robotic assist in the surgery, automated image diagnosis, clinical trial participations, development of the new medicines, and improve the healthcare access. So we are use the AI in various healthcare services. And if you are talking about the but AI have the some of the pro and cons in the healthcare industry. But as the AI is growing, and as the machine learning and the neural network and deep learning and quantum computing support the AI technology, it will growing very efficiently and accurately. And in addition, we can say that AI powered technology help the pathologists to analyze the tissue samples and in turn of the making more accurate diagnosis. If we are talking about in term of the finance, that is the another important here, because in case of the finance, you are know that there we are suffering from the or we are facing of the customer fraud, and we can say that we are using the AML cloud offering. The launch of the fraud fighting algorithm in a day, that is not a month at a price you can afford. And the making of the machine learning accessible for the community bank, that we can say that the smaller financial institution, including that the community bank and credit units, can now leverage the power of the AI and the machine learning without depleting their resources and giving up the control of their system. So we can use the AI in the finance for the automated advisor. We can use it for the actionable report based on the relevant financial data that being generated by the scanning of the million of the key data points. That definitely saving the analytics numerous of hour of the work. Another field that is the smart car and the drone, that is the another very popular and growing field. And the rising use of AI is clear in every industry, changing spending the habits of the shopper, powering the self-driving car, and even being used to detect the lung cancers earlier in the patient. And some of the AI applications that are not as groundbreaking as other, but there is no denying its current impact, and even more so the potential impact it can make in the near future. If we are talking about the use of the AI drone, that in today's world, the drone will be used in the wide range of the market, and there are the wide range of the activity they can perform, and some highly complex and requiring training personnel to operate the drone, ensure the final use case are met, and to be able to perform the analysis after the fighting has been completing. And these activities can take a lot of time with increased cost of the deploying drone and making them less desirable to operate as a time go. And if we are talking about what are the use and how we use the AI, the obvious answer to this is the use of AI that give the which accomplish the safer or a autonomous flight, real-time data collection, visualization, great accuracy over a human only supervision, or that is a big reduction in the cost. Another that is the travel and the navigations, that is very important. And if you are talking about the AI enabled mapping, and it scan the road information and utilize the algorithm to identify the optimal route to take, and be it in a bike, car, bus, train, or on foot. So AI assistance for travel in a travel industry or for a travel booking, that is important. And we can say thanks to AI, travelers no longer need to visit a travel agency to book flight or a search for the accommodations. AI assistants and intelligent chatbots have now taken the place of the travel agent, allowing the traveler to book flight and accommodations and hire the vehicles online. And that's only and only that is the thanks to the AI and the machine learning. Another thing that is the very important thing that it's used, because today we are surrounded with most of the social media applications, that is the Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. These are all the social media that we are surrounded with a lot of the app. And the Facebook use the advanced machine learning to everything from the serving the content to you and to recognize your face in photo to the target user with the advertising. And Instagram, that is owned by the Facebook, use the AI to the identity visualizations. LinkedIn as use the AI to offer the job recommendations, some of the suggestions, and like to contact with the serving the specific posts in your feed. If you are talking about the AI in the social media, especially that hold the potential to transform how brand market across the platform like TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the LinkedIn. And today, AI can create a social media post for you. It can draft and target social ads, and it can automate monitoring, and it is powers most of what you see on any given social network. And AI marketing marketing artificial intelligence, we have to spend a huge year that helping the marketers understand and apply the AI so they can increase the revenue and reduce the cost of at their companies. So that's why the AI is another important role in the social media, because as you know that we are using the smartphone that uses the AI to power the voice assistant and the real-time navigations, and some of our favorite company like as that is the Amazon, Netflix, uses the AI to recommend the product and the content. And also we are the most popular company, that is the one of the email clients like Gmail even use the AI to automatically write the part of the email for you. The smart home devices, that is the other, because in current scenario the smart home are no longer a luxury, and they are becoming a natural choice for the people who want to enjoy more comfortable, convenient, and safe living space. And in the recent year, as the AI become a constant and welcome the presence in the house and around the world, that the AI technology has added an extra level of the safety and the security, while allowing the people to enjoy a more pleasant way of living. And due to the increase of the demand of the smart home, that home automation tools are now more affordable, and the smart household applications appliances are a must for the technology. And AI that is more secure houses, AI for the safer houses, AI for the automated household activities, AI for the smart kitchen, AI for the electricity storage, AI and the smart voice assistants. These are all the part of this plan. Creative art, that is another thing, because how the AI is used in the creative art. Now, that is another very important concern about that, because as you know that AI and the machine learning technology that are known for their big data solutions for many of the industries, including finance and including transportations, government and the beyond. And these technology are on the rise and they continue to change our world in unprecedented way. Uh, as we say that if we can talking about the AI in arts and it use the arts and the social justice space, the machine learning technology are being used by the artist, creator, and musician and the social justice advocate around the world to create a innovative project and experience. And if we are talking about the few of the example that we are using that AI versus arts versus science, that is the myth and fact, but we are talking about the field of art and the science that have been separated for the long time and even considered to be a opposite. But in the past year, however, the black and white difference between these two fields had begun to blur, and in many ways they are joining back together. If we are taking the some of the few of the creative projects that is in which the AI is using, that the virtual reality and the social justice, that is the become a homeless. We can say that is the cities that become art museum, walk with the Apple computers as a poets. We can use the open AI algorithm, poetry algorithms that we are using, learn empathy through a virtual reality, that the library of ourselves that we are using, experience the history anew, that is the rebuilding of the 1920 Harlems with the augmented reality. So these are the if we are talking about the security and surveillances that AI is making possible for the human to the constantly monitoring the multiple channel and that is used to feed coming in front of the huge number of the camera at the same time that we are using in the security and surveillances, and AI based deep learning that also help in the solving the crime if capture on the CCTV camera. Machine learning techniques can be used for the color conversations, regenerations, comparison between the two videos backgrounds, which help the forensic team to identify the vehicles and object during the post-incident investigations. These are the top 10 applications where we are using, and that is the one of the that is one of the robot that is named as the Sophia. That is the first AI humanoid robot that is developed by the Hong Kong-based company that is the Hanson Robotics, and that particular robot Sophia that was first ever interactive sessions in Kolkata here. That is the pic that we are taken here, that taken from the Kolkata sessions. And that Sophia introduced herself and spoke to the student appearing for their exam. And if you want to learn more about Sophia, that you can visit this YouTube link and you can find that. If you're talking about the careers in the AI/ML, there is a scope in the developing of the machine in a game playing, speech recognition, language detection, machine computer vision, expert system, robotics, and many more. And as far as the International Data Corporation (IDC), that we can say that we are using some of the worldwide system that we will be spending in AI system will accelerate over the next several years as the organization deploy AI as a part of their digital. And if we are talking about the global spending on the AI, that is the forecast of the double over the next 4 years. That is the $50.1 billion to the in 2020, and it is more than $110 billion in 2024. That's the few of the avenues we are using in the AI. That is the hospital, there is the cybersecurity, face recognition, transport, marketing, advertisement, NLP. These are the avenues these are using, and these are the scope in the India and in abroad that you can, after pursuing the BE, BCA, MTech, MCA degree, PC diploma in AI/ML, you have the job opportunity in the ISRO. You can join the NASA as the best place to get the job in the AI. You can join in the USA tech companies. You also join the Indian Institute of the Biology to offer the research in AI and the robotics. And these are the few world biggest company that is heavily rely on the AI. That's a company that is Amazon, IBM. These are the companies that is heavily rely on AI, Next IT, Intel, and these are the companies. And if you are talking about the AI and ML to drive the growth of the startup, that is the startup ecosystem that has been the nourished with the advent of the technology and has given the rise more evolved business process. And these days, that is the logistic, account marketing, and the team performance of the HR have all been supported by the AI. With the rising of the technology like AI, Internet of Things, machine learning is interpreted towards the changing the face Indian small manufacturing industry. Now, that is the important thing, that skill for the success in the AI, that is the working with the AI, you have to require the analytic thought process and have the ability to solve the problem and the cost effective and efficient solution. Professionals need the technical skill to design, maintain, and repair the technology and the software program. Those interested in becoming the AI professionals that need to the education qualification based on the foundation of the maths, technology, logic, and engineering perspective. And you have the one of the important skill, that is the cognitive science skill, that is very important. Thank you for the today. If you have any query, now the session is open for the answer question round.